Yeah, I'm back. My bad. But yeah, once again, what's going on, Coach? Tyreek is here, as always. Just doing a lot for the week on YouTube. My goal is always to inspire, to motivate, to uplift, to push you to just be better. And for my brand, for what I stand for, um, just having a purpose, having a why. If you have a why, or um, if you can just figure out a way to um, JoJo Bean, what's going on? I hope all is well. But just having a strong why, I believe that will make you overcome whatever you may be going through, whether it's adversity, whether you may be dealing with something, I don't know, something that's in your way that's stopping you from getting to the next point, like knowing why you're doing something. That's what happened in his lives to, to push that more, whoever I may meet. I believe that if you can figure yourself out more, if you know why you're pushing for a certain goal, I believe that you can do whatever you want to do. And as always, if you have any questions about tumbling, feel free to drop it down below. Any questions at all? Forward roll, backwards roll, front walkover, back walkover, handspring, double, triple, running skills maybe, round handspring tucks, round handspring full, layout, full, double full, whatever the case may be. I need help with my back handspring, please. JoJo Bean, could you elaborate more on what you need help with? Is it the sit? Is it the jump? Is it going to the handstand part? Is it a finish? Let's talk about it, and we'll go from there. But today's topic will be about thinking positive. And I believe that I'm too scared to jump back. Okay, so my question to you, JoJo, is why are you scared to jump back? And I also believe that this message will apply to you as well, JoJo. And I believe that if you can think more positive about yourself when you are, and yes, I'm a tumbling coach. Yes, I teach athletes how to flip, whether it's in the cheer world, acrobatics, gymnastics, wherever you tumble at. But I'm usually with, cheerleaders. That is that's the main group. But outside of cheer, in cheer, I believe this message can go for anybody. And if you have a belief system, if you can believe that you can, let's just say you're in a classroom setting, right? You're in one of your worst subjects. My worst subject growing up was, I would say it was math. I didn't like math, right? But if you believe, right, that you can get an A in math, right? If you believe you can do that, then I believe it can happen. And the only way that, and also belief triggers the power to do. Belief, if you believe you can move mountains, then it will move. But if you believe that you can't, move mountains, then it's not going to happen. If you can believe in yourself more, if you can tell yourself that whatever I set out to do, I can do, it's then going to happen. And I remember dealing with this young lady. We were doing a clinic. I was helping her out with her back handspring, and this was on Saturday. And she was having issues with doing her back handspring. And I believe that when you are throwing a skill, whether it's a back handspring, back tuck, or you're looking to achieve a certain goal, that if you tell yourself that you're going to get hurt, if you tell yourself that these things aren't possible, if you tell yourself that that if I make a mistake, if I fail, if I land on my head, if it isn't right that first time, like if you push negative thoughts into your head, right, then that is only prolonging your goal. That's only prolonging the skill. That's only prolonging you, or that's stopping you from growing more as a person. But if you can push more positivity, if you can think more positive about yourself, if you can tell yourself that these things are possible, whether they're not or they are, if you can tell yourself that you can do these things, then it's gonna happen. But I do believe that everything takes time, or not everything, but certain things take time, and not everybody's the same. But if you can apply yourself, if you can work hard, if you can work yourself to a certain level, then whatever your goal may be, I believe you can accomplish it. All right, so I think that's my problem, because like I see what I'm not doing, but I'm still afraid if I give it 100%, 100% effort, I'm going to hit my head. So my question to you, JoJo Bean, is, in terms of you doing this back handspring, how much do you practice doing it throughout the week? Like, do you do it once a week? Do you do it twice a week? Do you do it 3 times a week? Do you get spotted for your back handspring? Are you going to classes? Okay, every day. So do you do privates? Do you do classes? How exactly do you, well, what do you do for your back handspring every day? Because you says every day. So like, what exactly do you do for it? Do you do privates, classes? What exactly do you do? Because like I said before, JoJo Bean, you're pretty much you pretty much said you pretty much just said it right there. Like you said that you don't see, because like I see what I'm not doing, but I'm still afraid if I give it 100% effort, I'm gonna hit my head. So right now you're visualizing yourself hitting your head, and right there, that's already a sign of the negativity. And I understand, JoJo Bean, that you want to do this back handspring. I understand that that this is what you want to do, but at the same time, if you don't visualize yourself doing it, like if you don't see yourself doing this back handspring, like in your head before you go to the gym or wherever you're throwing this at, then it's not gonna happen. So for me, I remember my coach telling me like, hey, like, being a tumbling coach isn't a real job. And I was like, wait a minute. Like at first I thought he was right, but then I had to actually visualize myself being a tumbling coach, like doing that. Like how does that look every day, right? I had to visualize myself being successful, being a tumbling coach. And did it take time? Yes, but at the same time, once I visualized myself being more successful at what I'm doing, JoJo Bean, that's when things started making more sense in terms of what I'm doing for a living, which is being a tumbling coach. So for you, if you can visualize yourself more being successful, doing this back handspring in your head over and over again, then I believe that you could do this back handspring by yourself. Okay, right now I'm doing classes once a week, but starting in October, I'm going to do 2 a week right now. Like today, I practice by myself. So first off, JoJo Bean, what I would start doing is, like I said before, like telling yourself that you can do this back handspring. That's one. So tell yourself, believe in yourself more, and then start visualizing yourself doing the back handspring. Once you can visualize yourself more, once you can tell yourself that I can do this, then it's gonna happen. Because like I said before, belief triggers the power to do. If you can believe, then you will achieve. So do you get spotted for this back handspring, JoJo Bean, or excuse me, or do they have you throw it on like a soft mat or something like that? Well, while I'm waiting for you to respond back, JoJo Bean, I remember telling this young athlete, same athlete, I like, I understand that you're afraid of throwing this guy. I understand you're afraid of hitting your head. I understand you're afraid of getting hurt. I understand that you are afraid of failing. I'm not sure if you're afraid of failing, JoJo Bean, but I know a lot of athletes are afraid of failing. Like failing is for a lot of people, it's like the end of the world. And once we think about those type of things, it then starts to build up that fear of doing the skill. And the problem with that is that once we start to think that way, that's when we don't capitalize on those opportunities. And I tell my athletes all the time, JoJo Bean, that like tomorrow isn't promised. I'm not sure what's gonna happen tomorrow. I'm not sure what's gonna happen next week. I'm not sure what's gonna happen for a month from now or a year, right? But if you love what you do, I'm not sure if you love what you do, JoJo Bean, but if you love what you do, if you have a passion for what you do, then like right now should be the time we are capitalizing on the time you have to do your back handspring. Now, I'm not telling you to throw this back handspring right here, right now, but what I'm telling you right now is if you can start believing yourself more, if you can start thinking more positively about what you're doing, then I believe that you can do this back handspring a month from now. A month, weeks, days. It all depends on how much time you're putting into doing, it all depends on how much time you're putting in, JoJo Bean, to doing the skill. I stood on a mat that was on top of another mat. Some of the mats top of another mat. Okay, so that's 2 mats, okay? We've only worked on it once at the gym. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there. If you only worked on it once at the gym, JoJo Bean, that's not enough, right? So what if I said, JoJo Bean, right, that I've only spotted, let me put it like this, right? What if I said, JoJo Bean, that I've only, no, actually scratch that. So if you've only worked on it once at the gym. So if you only worked at it once at the gym, JoJo Bean, I believe you should give it some more time. As I said before, everybody's different. Everybody has a different growth in terms of their skills. And I believe you need a little bit more time to start throwing this back handspring by yourself if you only worked at it once at the gym. I stood on a mat that was like on top of another mat. Then you jump off the higher mat and landed on the lower mat. Okay. I believe you need some more time, JoJo Bean. Let me go back to... Okay, so in terms of what you're doing at home, what are you doing at home to gain more confidence for your back handspring? You said you are doing some stuff at home. So what are you doing at home to gain more confidence? And after this question, I'm going to hop off for today because I have to do some other lives. So, fast back limber, trying to jump into it more. Okay, so JoJo Bean, what I recommend is instead of focusing so much on doing drills for the skill, also focus on making your body stronger. So what I'll suggest is doing like I'll do a back bend and then as I go down, jump onto my hands. Yep. All those things are good. I also recommend those drills to my athletes as well. But like I said before, instead of doing a lot of drills for the skill, also work on getting stronger. So like something called knees to feet, JoJo Bean. It deals with being more explosive in the skill. So you would start on your knees. JoJo Bean, you can do this right now. Start on your knees and you'll swing your arms back and hop to your feet. That will help it being more explosive for your back handspring. That's one thing you do, JoJo Bean. 2, I would also invest in doing push-ups. Push-ups, right? Because you see you're afraid of hitting your head. So push-ups will make your arms stronger for the back handspring. Push-ups, dips, holding a handstand for 1 minute. I will start with those things. Handstand taps, handstand push-ups. Like, invest more in your body, JoJo Bean. Don't focus on one thing, because when you focus on one thing, it doesn't give you, I would say it doesn't give you a lot of option in terms of what you may lack in a skill. So if you can hit all the points within the skill, JoJo Bean, it will help you out with your back handspring. Yep. JoJo Bean, I am on Instagram and TikTok. So if you have any questions, send me messages on there. And actually send me, I would say send me the drills you're doing at home, like the drills, things like that. And I can give you some pointers, see if you need help. But start with knees to feet, push-ups, dips, holding a handstand. I believe you could do this back handspring, JoJo Bean. But first, start with investing in your mind, in your body, and in no time you'll be doing this by yourself. And just believe, JoJo Bean, and keep going. Don't stop. I will. Thanks so much. I need this. Yup, you're welcome, JoJo Bean. JoJo Bean, I will be on here tomorrow again. If you need more motivation, other things to do, I'll be back on at 6 o'clock. See you guys tomorrow. And yeah, bye.